is counter to Pawar's charges here with India Today. We're looking at Param Bir now countering the NCP and the Mahagadi's allegations there. Let me quickly cut across Amit Malviya there saying counters. In fact, Amit Malviya now countering Pawar. In a tweet, he says Sharad Pawar claims Anil Deshmukh was in hospital from 5th to 15th Feb and in quarantine from 16th to 27th Feb. But Anil Deshmukh was holding a press conference on the 15th of February. How lies fall flat? Amit Malviya there reacting to NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, who just said all the allegations that were made by Param Bir Singh are false, considering that Anil Deshmukh was admitted to a hospital owing to COVID complications from the 5th to 15th of February and 16th onwards until the 27th of Feb. He was in quarantine. There was no chance that Sachin Waze has met with the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, and all the allegations made by Param Bir are false. Now, Amit Malviya of the BJP countering Pawar's statements and says in a tweet, and I quote, Sharad Pawar claims Anil Deshmukh was in hospital from the 5th to 15th of Feb and in quarantine from 16th to 27th of Feb. But Anil Deshmukh was holding a press conference on the 15th of Feb. How lies fall flat? Here's the BJP now hitting out at NCP Chief Sharad Pawar for allegedly making false statements and trying to shield Anil Deshmukh, the Home Minister. Remember, initially, there was a lot of tension over Anil Deshmukh resigning. The Shiv Sena also looked at Anil Deshmukh after these allegations as a sheer liability. Sources from the Shiv Sena also said that Anil Deshmukh will resign in a day or two. But a day later, today in fact, after much deliberation, it appears that the Sena and the NCP have come to a conclusion that Anil Deshmukh will not resign. They've thrown their weight behind Anil Deshmukh, standing strong behind him, saying that if, first of all, accusing the BJP of creating political conspiracy and accusing them of having a hand behind this entire allegation. While they say that, they also say that allegations into this kind of in fact, all these allegations made by Param Bir Singh will be heavily probed, but he will not resign. I mean, Anil Deshmukh will not resign. That's the statement that's just come in from Sharad Pawar, NCP chief. It looks like it appears in consensus with the Sena and the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Let me quickly cut across to Kamlesh Sutar joining us. More details on that. Kamlesh, do take us through. Here is Param Bir Singh. Just moments after NCP Chief Sharad Pawar said Anil Deshmukh will not resign because the allegations made by Param Bir Singh are false, considering that Anil Deshmukh was admitted to a hospital from 5th to 15th and 15th to 27th. He was in quarantine. There's no chance that he would have met with Waze. Here's Param Bir quickly reacting and saying that he has nothing to do with politics. He's trying to save his honor. And whether or not, is it not true that Home Minister Anil Deshmukh met Waze multiple times in just the last 1 month? It's a question straight out to the Home Minister for him to answer.
Well, indeed, and what we've seen now is that the NCP and especially the party Supremo Sharad Pawar is completely throwing his weight behind Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. He says categorically that there is no need to resign, and he has presented certain proofs that he says that he has sought information on the entire episode when the period in question when Waze claimed, when Param Bir Singh has claimed that he met Waze. Sharad Pawar says and gives on to give an account that he was infected with corona and then was under home quarantine after that specific period. And now the BJP also hitting out, saying that the Home Minister was addressing a press conference. But one thing that comes out clear of this press conference of NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar, two things. He says there should be an inquiry. Yesterday he had suggested a name of Julia Ribeiro, and he has denied to look into the matter. But it's for the Chief Minister now to look into the matter. The ATS is investigating the matter, and the ATS's investigation is on the right track. The demand for resignation of the Home Minister is on weak grounds, and just to prove his point, Sharad Pawar has gone on to show the hospital records of Anil Deshmukh, and that is why he says that there seems to be no strong ground in the allegations of made by Param Bir Singh, and now that there is no need for the Home Ministers to resign.
Right, Kamlesh, you said that the decision whether Anil Deshmukh must resign or not is now reposed on the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray. Until recently, until yesterday, in fact, Shiv Sena itself looked at Anil Deshmukh as a liability, looking at the allegations that's coming forth, and this is not the first time. Allegedly, there are several allegations against Anil Deshmukh in the past as well. Looking at a situation like that, he will resign in a day or two, is what the word that came out through sources of the Shiv Sena. Now it seems like there's a whole 360-degree turn with enough and more support for Anil Deshmukh. What really happened in the last 24 hours?
Looking at the entire political development, we've seen initially the Shiv Sena too. What we've learned is that the Shiv Sena was of the opinion that it is NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar who has to take a call, and then Sharad Pawar had several meetings with his party leaders. We've seen how Sharad Pawar himself took the charge in his hands and was holding back-to-back meetings with his party leaders and also with certain Shiv Sena leaders. We've seen how he had immediately called Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and the party State President Jayant Patil to Delhi, and then he also held a meeting with Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut. There is also a camp in the NCP which believes that only based on allegations shall we ask for the resignation of the Home Minister. Now, Home Minister is considered as a senior and an important minister in the cabinet, and just seeking his resignation on the basis of allegations would certainly not be good for the party and its image. Secondly, now Sharad Pawar says that yesterday he held several meetings and certain facts were put before him, and after studying that, he has taken this press conference wherein he goes on to say that this is not about the period in question. It's certainly something that needs to be questioned here. We've also seen the same Sharad Pawar yesterday questioning the timing of Param Bir Singh's letter. He says Param Bir Singh hasn't made those allegations when he was in service. In fact, if he was in service and anything fishy like this came to his thought, he should have brought it to the notice immediately. But he's making those allegations only after he was shunted out of the Mumbai Police Commissioner's office, and now that is he's making allegations. The timing remains crucial. Today, Sharad Pawar goes on to say, with certain facts that he says that have been brought to his notice, he says that the period in question, which is claimed by Param Bir Singh, where he met when the Home Minister and Waze met, and the demand for that 100 crore extortion was made. He says during that period the Home Minister wasn't available. He was in Nagpur. He was down with corona, and then after that he was under home quarantine. So this is something which should be taken into consideration. Right. And considering these facts, Home Minister's resignation is something not the party is considering at this point, and the grounds on which the demand is made are weak.
Kamlesh, if you can really clarify, here's the BJP that's picked up on exactly what NCP Chief Sharad Pawar has said, claiming that Anil Deshmukh was not even available to meet with people because he was admitted to the hospital until the 15th, and 15th to 27th he was in quarantine. But here is Amit Malviya of the BJP who's put out a tweet there that says 15th of February Anil Deshmukh held a press conference, and this is entirely a lie. What the NCP chief is saying, that he wasn't available. Is that true?
Well, these the tweet that Amit Malviya has made, and even former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, the current leader of opposition in Maharashtra Assembly, he too has made a similar tweet about Anil Deshmukh addressing the press conference in Nagpur on the date in question, that is 15th of February. Now, if I remember, during that period, Anil Deshmukh had indeed addressed a press conference. Now, the exact date needs to be verified, but Anil Deshmukh had addressed a press conference when questions were raised about the probe into celebrity tweets. There was a big hue and cry in Maharashtra after the tweets in question supporting a farmer. When some tweets were made in support of farmer agitation, and then certain celebrities tweeted with the hashtag India United or India Stands United, targeting celebrities from other countries who were supporting the farmers issue. And there was the Maharashtra government had gone on to say that there will be an inquiry into those tweets, and then the opposition party in Maharashtra had said that are they going to are they going to undertake an investigation of celebrities or icons like Sachin Tendulkar or Lata Mangeshkar. And then the Chief Minister had clarified that the inquiry is not about Sachin Tendulkar's tweet or Lata Mangeshkar's tweet. The inquiry will be about IT cell, BJP's IT cell. Right. That later he had also reiterated in the Maharashtra Assembly on the floor of the House. But this press conference was indeed addressed. But
at the end of it, Kamlesh, we're really eager to take a listen to what exactly Anil Deshmukh will have to say over this direct question that Param Bir Singh makes in his response here. He's just responded, Param Bir Singh, saying that I have one question for the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh. Did he or did he not meet Sachin Waze multiple times over the last 1 month? We're awaiting an answer and a response on that. Thank you very much, Kamlesh Sutar, for joining us with those details.